Welcome to the Academy. My name is George Lundgren, the art teacher at Countryside Elementary School in Edina, Minnesota. In today's lesson, we're going to look at the subject of choosing colors for an Alexander Calder Stabile. And we're going to look at the main lesson objectives as the warm colors versus the cool colors and the overall idea of pattern. If we look at these two color schemes, the warm colors and the cool colors, you'll notice that the warm colors are red, orange, and yellow, and that the cool colors are green, blue, and violet. If we look a little closer, you'll notice that on the color wheel, the warm colors are on one half of the color wheel and the cool colors are located on the other half of the color wheel. The warm colors are going to give your picture or composition a warm, bright, vibrant feel, whereas the cool colors are going to give your picture or artwork a cool, calm, relaxed feel. There's one more thing about these kinds of color schemes, is that when you use two colors that are next to each other, they will also give a pleasing look to the picture or composition that you've made. These colors that are next to each other are called analogous colors. And like I said, those will give your picture a calm, pleasing look to the eye. If you notice here in my sculpture, I've used both the cool colors here and the warm colors on my Stabile sculpture. And you'll notice another thing that I've also used, one other principle of art. That's right, I used pattern. A pattern is a design that repeats itself in a regular fashion. So you'll notice that my first two patterns here, the warm colors and the cool colors, are dictated primarily by color. I've got red, orange, yellow, and that pattern proceeds through the whole pattern. Likewise, green, blue, violet, having that pattern proceed through the whole line. My third pattern is a little bit different. I've used shape to dictate my pattern, not color. I have square, circle, square, circle, square, circle, and you'll notice that that pattern goes all the way through the line. My fourth pattern is dictated both by shape and color. So I have purple square, blue circle, purple square, blue circle, and that pattern proceeds through the whole line as well. So you'll notice again here on my sculpture that I've got green, blue, violet, and it's dictated primarily by color but also by line, because I've used line to go around the outside edge of my sculpture, and that line continues all the way in towards the center. And I've done that both on my warm colored Stabile shape and my cool colored Stabile shape. So if we look at my demonstration here, you'll notice that I choose the cool colors and I start with those, and then I slide a piece of paper underneath my Stabile shape so that I don't get marker on the background. You can use your folder or you can use an extra piece of scrap paper in art class. Then I use the broad tip of my marker to make a nice, thick, solid line to start with. My first line, green, goes all the way along the edge of my Stabile shape. You'll notice as I color this side of my Stabile shape, I continue to make nice thick lines so they're neatly colored, and I also turn my page as I work so that it's easier on my wrist and easier to go all the way around the sculpture. Then I cap my marker and I move on to my blue marker. Okay, with my blue marker, I do exactly the same thing. I follow that outside edge all the way around to make a nice, clean, thick, bold line that follows after my green line. Okay, and I finish that whole line all the way around. I cap my marker and then I proceed on with my third color, violet. I take that third color, violet, and go all the way around my sculpture as well to finish off my three-colored pattern. Now that I'm back at the beginning, I start over with green. So I have green, blue, violet, and that pattern will proceed all the way into the center of my shape. So I continue repeating my pattern, green, blue, violet, all the way into the center to this last piece here. And once I'm done, you'll notice that I've continued that pattern all the way into the center. Then repeat the pattern on the back side. So like my warm one here, you can see that I've got the warm colors on one side, or one half of my sculpture, and the cool colors on the other half of my sculpture. So at the end of the day, you'll have a sculpture that has one half being all the warm colors and the other half being all the cool colors, with a line pattern moving from the outside edge towards the inside of your sculpture. So thank you for joining us today and learning about choosing colors for your Alexander Calder Stabile, looking at the warm colors versus the cool colors, and the overall idea of pattern.